All right. So I feel like I have to still tutor. I learned that just now, that I'd probably still have to tutor. You guys are aware that we have a whole tutorial center with a whole staff of tutors, right? Right. See, that's why I tutor, because of the face that AJ just made. What you got? What you got on your mind, AJ?
I'm trying to get a hold of anybody. At any time for the college, it's just stupid.
Getting a hold of them?
I know they have I don't know if it's like all subjects, but when I was in one of my math classes, they had some reason computers on here, and they could hop on at any time. They were actually helpful, but
Like a drop-in room? Kind of like the drop-in Zoom that we have or whatever?
Yeah, and like the questions I had, like they were able to answer it, and I completely understood it. It's just people don't necessarily want to hop on because it's like they don't know who the tutor is.
I know.
Right? And you're the professor, and they see you every week, so it's completely different.
I know. I've dug myself into a hole. And I know I have, because I like to help, right? I like to help you guys. And I think that it does carry over in a lecture, whether you're having lab first or lecture first, because it's a look at the draw. It depends on how you build your schedule. And coming in as a 1211 student, you don't know. You don't know what to choose. And the people advising you, they don't know, because they have degrees in education administration. You know what I mean? Like, it's not bad for anybody, but they don't get it. Like, that it makes sense for you to sign up to take your lab on a Monday, or to take your lecture on a Monday and have your lab on a Tuesday or a Thursday. Like, they don't get that. So, or vice versa, if that's what somebody wants, to have a lab first. But that's why all the tools are available in the lab, because you have access to the lab and the lecture D2L shells. So, we did create a master shell where we're housing all the information. So week 1 for fall will be a Sig Figs lab. They'll come in, we'll do our syllabus, all the things. I actually have a syllabus that I put online, a video about it. Hey, this. If you show up and you're not dressed, I did not kick anybody out this semester, did I? Not once. They do not like me in a regular semester because I'm quick to tell you to go home. So, if you don't dress right the first time, it's a 0. No makeup labs. That's how it works in a normal semester. It didn't work that way this semester because it's summer. And my boss wasn't on campus. But she's here all the days that I'm here next semester, so I can't really bend any more rules. So the first week, they'll have a Sig Figs lab. And they'll have a Sig Figs worksheet. It's 1.5 pages of just problems. That's all it is. The front is like some example. They're basically a few problems of each one. Wesley, are you listening? Yeah. A few problems. The reason I'm saying that is because that was one thing that you just said about Sig Figs. So they have a worksheet that is a Sig Fig worksheet, and we will do that in class. It'll be due on Fridays, just like yours was. But that'll be what we tackle during class. They're going to be responsible for the lab themselves. Second week is measurements, and I think what I did with measurements was I put the dimensional analysis problems as a worksheet. So I tried to break, how you guys had data lab and nomenclature lab the same week? That's not going to be a thing. That was because it was summer, right? So when they do data, maybe I don't even remember what I put with the data. Maybe I'm creating data worksheet. I don't remember what I wrote down that I was going to do, what my plan was. But anybody have any other last pieces of information for me or anything? I think I left them in my office. Actually, I'm going to go get my little sheet real quick. Everybody can sign it. I have a couple of things for a couple of people. I'll be right back. Anybody else have finals today? Any other finals? Are you guys done? Lecture today? Will you sign that to me and pass that around? So, real quick, you guys. This is another question I wanted to ask you. This is my first semester using the digital lab notebook. Go around the room. What'd you think about the notebook, AJ?
I'd rather do that than do it on paper. It seems a little tedious to do it on paper.
Alyssa?
I feel like once I figured out how it worked, then it was fine. I hated it the first lab, or the first 2 labs.
Did you watch the video that showed you how to set it up?
I did, but I just doesn't.
But you did use it.
Yeah.
Because I need to create another one it was very specific to you guys because it was the first time I had done it. So I want to create like a master that I can just put in all my classes, you know?
Yeah. Once I figured out like how everything uploaded, and I was like, all right, like that makes sense. Like knowing to do the PDF, like print out, don't select the other one, otherwise you can't access the pictures.
Okay. What about you, Mackenzie? Oh my God. What did you think about the digital lab notebook?
I liked it. There was just like a couple things like uploading and stuff that I didn't.
So I need to maybe like put a highlight on that in a video.
Yeah, because the uploading as the printout wasn't in there. So if that was in there, I think that's really all that I had an issue with.
Okay. Armando?
At first it was kind of confusing for me, but I got the hang of everything.
Mm-hmm. What do you think?
The same thing.
Mhm. Yeah. Did you guys use the video or no?
Yes,
You did?
It was helpful. It was still confusing, but once I got the hang of it, I think it was better to have it in digital than on paper.
What do you think, Miss Cohen?
What?
The lab notebook. What did you think?
It was okay. It had a lot of issues with the like going offline and stuff, and so like for one of my labs when the storms hit, I was typing, but like it wasn't online. So then when I turned it in, I didn't know that, so then I didn't get credit for it. But it's just because it doesn't like
Thank you.
a lot of Google like Google applications and stuff, it saves whatever. But this one, since it needs the Wi-Fi, it like disappears if it's not. So I just got frustrated with that.
What about you, Wesley?
It was, I prefer to write.
You prefer to write? 1 out of 25. Didn't like it. Sorry.
No, I liked it, but I prefer it to write. I don't like writing.
You know what? I don't really like reading everybody's handwriting. I mean, it's nothing personal, but my struggle is real. Like when you get at the end of the day, at the end of the semester, you guys in a normal, like if you had been writing all this out the whole time, you would have had written all of those sections, all of those questions, all of those answers. You would have turned that in today. You wouldn't have gotten it back. You wouldn't have got any feedback on it. And now I have to read them all. That's why I don't like it. It's not that it's anybody's handwriting. I didn't mean it like that. I just meant that at the end of the day, like reading all the handwriting is a lot.
I think having the option to write while you're in the lab instead of only being allowed to use.
Oh, you weren't only allowed to use that. I had tons of students that took notes.
So we weren't allowed to use like the lab, like we weren't.
No, and you're not allowed to use that with a regular lab notebook either.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a chair decision. Yeah, so you wouldn't have the lab report or the actual lab on your desk, whether you were using a composition book to write everything or using the digital lab notebook. Yes, ma'am.
This just a like housekeeping thing was every single week it said print out your lab and bring it to turn in. So I would print it out, but we never did. So I just started wasting paper. So I just.
Yeah, because you guys were a pilot. And I told you at the beginning, I was like, we're not going to have to print these out. I see it was my first time using it. And that's why I think I told you maybe week 1 or week 2, hey, we're not gonna have to print anything out. I didn't go in and pull any of those out of the checklist.
I think the only thing, there were some weeks where I lost my data because of it. So I feel like if you're gonna use it again, just encourage you to like take a picture of it, because that's what I started doing when I started losing my data, was to take a picture of it before I left.
Oh, I'm definitely using it. I'm never going back to a notebook. It's never going to happen. Not unless the people from USG come down and go, you can't do this. I will never go back to handwritten lab notebooks. But what I think after, you guys are my last class, right? So my last feedback. But after yesterday, I decided that I would advise students that they probably need to type their information into a Word document and copy and paste it. That was my takeaway from some of the feedback I got yesterday. So it would be in your best interest maybe to create one document the whole semester, add to it. You don't have to have all these documents. One document, do your sig fig stuff, done. The next week, go into the same document, type your measurement stuff, copy and paste it. That way, Ms. Cohen back there, when you lose Word pretty much always saves like that. We don't have to worry about that. Is anybody having a suggestion on a better platform for an online lab notebook? Yeah, nobody was able to give me any of that in the other labs either. I keep thinking I'm going to run into somebody who's tech savvy, huh?
I didn't even know the lab notebook was a thing until you were like, hey, this is what we're going to use. I was like, what's that?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, my feedback from my 12-12 was very interesting because they had me for 12-11 and they had to write everything. And so they came into 12-12 and they were like, don't ever go back. I was like, don't worry. Because once you guys turn those in today and it takes me a week to grade them, I now have to hold on to them for a year if you don't come and take it away from me. So stacks on stacks of notebooks upstairs that I don't have to put in my cabinet anymore. So that's fantastic for me. Let's see, what else? The sig figs. Wesley, did you look at the videos?
And log.
Here, I'm going to show you. Real quick. Say it loud so we can all hear you. There's a dog. What kind of dog?
I don't know if it's cute.
Is it in the stroller? Oh, okay. I was like, if it's in the stroller, I'm going to kick it. Not really. I would never do that. Okay, so here are our videos. There are 5 videos. Dimensional analysis, using the calculator, calculating sig figs, that's the addition, subtraction, multiplication one, scientific notation, and the rules of 0. Is there anything that you guys can think of that we need another video for sig figs? Was there anything that rang a bell for you, Wesley?
I'm sure like a video, but like a question that has like multiple signs in it. Like addition.
Multiple sign, like multiplication and division and addition and subtraction. Those are the problems that you're talking about?
Mhm.
It's on the worksheet that we're going to do in the class. So I got that check, got that covered, got that suggestion covered. I'm pretty excited about that because I just think, maybe you guys are different, but nobody wants to hear what I have to say in lecture. 9 times out of 10, people are on their computer or they're on their phone or they're rolling their eyes at the fact that I'm up there talking. That's frustrating. And why put that stress on me when I can just put that stress on the student? Sure, it's now your responsibility to watch the lecture or not watch a lecture. It's fine either way, but your grade's going to reflect that. That's kind of how I feel about that. You get to make a choice, right? There's nothing wrong with that. All right, so what I was saying, all that about, I think that was all the things I asked you to think about when we were doing this, right? So when I do, what did you think about the digital grading? That was the other thing, digital grading. Did anybody have issues with it? You're scrunching your nose, you don't like it?
You mean like the D2L grading?
No. Like the grading, when you guys are turning them in and I'm returning them to you back on feedback, the format that I have for that, writing on it digitally, and then giving you feedback with the graded copy, maybe not putting your grade in straight away, those kinds of things. The reason I don't put your grades in straight away is because a lot of you come to tutoring, and then that keeps me from having to go back and change stuff. So I usually would put those grades in after I had the tutoring sessions for the week. Yeah, so I think maybe for tutoring, y'all tell me what you think. Maybe next semester for tutoring, I can do one day and they have to sign up like we did. Did you guys do a sign up sheet? Yeah, you all did a sign up sheet for this last one. Do a sign up sheet for it. That way, if nobody signs up, then I don't have to feel obligated, but it's still available. Maybe the best of both worlds, right? That might be a good idea. All right, so when I'm grading on paper, my big thing, y'all, I know we're in college, was stickers. I gave stickers and people ate them up. Like I even had people who presented their final presentation or their midterm on something they got a sticker on. I had one guy that talked for 5 minutes about his dinosaur sticker. I don't give you any standards. I keep my bar really low for this, right? We all got 100 today. Congratulations. Grades should be done hopefully by noonish. If you said you'd have quizzes.
Yeah, just
Okay, well you can wait until we're done, so you don't have to, you can think about it or whatever, but you can sit in here and do it, you can go sit in my office and do it, it doesn't matter. Mackenzie, I need you to hang out for just a minute. All that to say, I wasn't able to do stickers, and it's kind of heartbreaking, right? I know, AJ, you're sad, but I had 3 people in this class who made 100 on some lab. I don't know which lab it was, have no idea, I just know there was 100 in there. One of them was Ms. Jones. Come get your star. I have Maddie and Wesley. I hate that I can't do stickers. Come up here. Come get your stuff. Yeah, you're Maddie. Look, you had to get Madison and she had to get Maddie because neither one of y'all told me how to spell anything. And so you've been Jones, you've been Cohen for Cowan. And every time I spell it, I'm like C-O-W-A-N, not E-N. That's how I spell it now. So we're done. You guys are done with chemistry labs. Grades will be in by noon as long as I can get everybody on board with that. I'm going to sit here and knock it out of the park right about now. Anything else? Anybody need anything? Want anything?
I have a question.
What's your question? Oh, it's like that. Okay.
No, it's just that.
What did I do?
I was saying, like, on the quizzes, do you, like, go over them or you just put the, like, the grade we got there? Cause,
It depends on which one I'm looking at.
like, for this one,
I'm not debating.
Hmm?
I'm not debating. I'll go look at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was making sure. So.
Yeah, I'll go look at it. And I only took a grade if it was below a 7. Somebody did a bunch of quizzes that they had scored at least a 7 on, and I was like, you can't have one. I gave 1 extra on it, and I was like, all right, I'll give you the 8 over the 7. But yeah, so 7, not 7 or below, but below a 7. Cool. All right. Congratulations. 1211 lab. Check. Mark it off your list. 7, below a 7.
So if I had 8, I had 9.
Below a 7. I read it 82 times to make sure I was doing it right.
Just need to turn the copy into these.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I got
Just
you.
set that up to 2. So didn't you say you were going to get us breakfast?
I did. I did say that. I know. I need to borrow you.
This is my pen.
Oh, somebody threw it. Oh, Alyssa, she's trying to steal your stuff.
Yeah, that was not bad.
Look, Wesley got his little star. I'm so happy. I love your little star, Wesley. It's so good.
Bye.
Bye. I'm a slacker. I forgot about breakfast. Oh, let me turn this off.